turn early because it does take away from some of the counter picks. Since C9 know Thanatos is probably going to have to blind pick this time around, it takes away some of the real threat from the more risky counter picks.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and press my X to doubt right here, gentlemen, because I feel like every time
we are using the pushing bottom lane to steal away blue buff here for Inspired, so let's get to the action.
Yeah, let's see if we have something else to type about here immediately as Lyon is ready to try to contest this. Isle's going to soak some of the damage here at the very start, but Blabber is the lowest. First blood already back over to Lyon. It's Berserker cashing in with 2
as well. Looks pretty free for them because Blabber got set pretty far behind by that invade and dying off. So Wukong's going to get to level 6 much earlier than Blabber, and you're going to
takes the satchel, but he bounces back towards the enemy turret. Inspired, ready to flash after him. Goes ahead, right back in there from another crushing blow. APA caught up in the Rune Prison, and Inspired.
And then you pay him back like that, he's going to be real happy.
That's a good payback. I like that type of transaction, my friends, as Inspired is now going to go ahead and secure these grubs as well. First Drake already went to Lyon back just 20 seconds after it spawned, and now the grubs are also going their way. Rotating over, starting this one up alongside Blabber. APA also nearby. Control ward right there in the middle of the river. Vulcan goes in here with a dredge line, immediately Mego Inferno Bomb over the top, and Inspired is shut down. C9 have already found themselves a kill on the enemy jungler, and that will earn them the objective.
That is your first team All-Pro support right there. Vulcan with the snipe from the brush flowers. He sets it up in that Nautilus CC into the Ziggs damage. Exactly what you're talking about. He annihilated
5 players represented here in this match. Saint and Berserker. First team All-Pro AD carry and mid laner here for Lyon. First team All-Pro support and top laner for C9.
And a lot of these guys, you know, especially on the C9 side, the Thanatos votes and the Vulcan votes were very heavily towards them. They got a lot of points.
For both of them.
You know, Berserker to me as well was the clear #1. So a lot of these guys who are on first team, it's not even like they were barely on first team. They were definitely deserving.
Their first team, they would be second team also if they could be. They'd occupy a couple of slots.
On a bad day, they're also third.
Yeah, I was one to double vote a couple of times. I didn't. I have integrity. But now C9 is looking to make a move here on the top side while Inspired yet again invades the bottom enemy jungle. Vulcan and APA gonna go ahead, get this wave cleared out, and wow.
They think his recall finished. Dokla with so much patience there. They're like, wait a second.
That is a sneaky crocodile staying here for this long. And look at Saint's positioning here on the rise. He is also moving up towards this lane. Dokla might stick around long enough to truly be the ruthless predator that his W ability describes. The minion wave is going to give him the opportunity to recast the slice and dice, and there it is. Ruthless predator sets it up. Saint's about to knock it down. Beware the patience of a top laner ignored, as now they find their move, and Saint gets away from the counterattack.
Was Dokla smart enough to stay in the brush and realize, okay, they actually check the forward brushes. They think I've finished my recall. Then he doesn't just take a recall there. He realizes, you know what? Saint is moving up. We can actually find a play here, and is able to turn that escape into an aggressive play, which turns into another escape as Saint gets out. You know, those are the kind of plays that people really credit him for.
Now, Thanatos trying to go in, find a counterattack here onto Dokla. Blabber's ready to fly in with a paranoia, and C9 finds revenge. They knew that Dokla had already spent everything using the dominance to trade aggressively against Thanatos, and as soon as it wears away, Thanatos has Blabber in the back pocket, ready to strike back.
Yeah, clap back there from Cloud9. Actually doesn't take very long at all. We're still singing the praises of Dokla as he dies. So C9, first turret bonus is really nice too for them to be able to get. Blabber and Thanatos, nice combination.
Yeah, that's health bars there on the end of the trade, guaranteeing a victory for Lyon back and forth with the HP as another dredge line coming in from Vulcan. Mega Inferno Bomb collides with Isles, but it doesn't honestly do a whole ton of damage the entire time. Inspired was already taking the Drake, so that one's going to be secured for the Lyon side. As Thanatos and Blabber can't really get anything here. Dokla reinforcing means that C9 can't do a whole lot. Now Lyon ready for the counterattack, coming in with a Realm Warp. It's APA the target. Immediately depth charge down onto Inspired. Has to back himself away. Flash over the wall from APA, keeping himself safe. Both sides.
Getting priority here.
Yeah.
And he's doing his job.
Yeah, and I mean, he's set up very defensively, obviously, with the steel caps and with the Doran's helm. He just wants to farm souls, and they are looking for Thanatos here.
Yeah, Dokla going and committing the flash to get in front of the Scion ultimate so Thanatos cannot immediately escape. Now with the dawning shadow coming through, Thanatos staying alive a little bit longer, and Lyon can't get what they came for. C9 now nearly has the kill onto Inspired as Blabber makes his way into the fight. The paranoia is the recipe for success. However, it's turned into a 1-for-1 trade as Dokla gets one back. Meanwhile, up here in the top for C9 as Thanatos might find himself in a compromised position. He is a Scion. He's still very tanky with the 2 fully completed items, and he will just be able to walk this one away.
I retract my uh-oh.
That's a Scion. It's not a concern. C9 happy to regroup with their top laner. Everybody's hanging around this Drake right now, though, as the Realm Warp is about to come in. Inspired goes over the wall while Dokla goes in with the Realm Warp, but he's caught over the wall. He's all alone, instantly loses 75% HP. Lyon still looking to contest the Drake, but they got to be careful. Their top laner is very injured. Vulcan goes in with the dredge line. He finds the back line, but Melio escapes for now. Isle still alive, Vulcan very low, but Saint's the first to die. Traded away for Vulcan now. Inspired's in the middle of everybody trying to get away here with the clone. He does steal away the Infernal Drake, but Inspired falls. It's a 2. Isles and Berserkers staying plenty healthy thanks to the cozy campfire, but it's C9 continuing to push towards the mid lane tier 1 turret. Remember, APA on the Ziggs means the Satchel offers incredible pushing opportunities.
And you can see that whole time they were confident to just keep Dokla split pushing with no
Cyclone of Renekton coming in. You can Realm Warp multiple or even just one of them into that back line and try to look for these pincer plays here. And they're very strong in the side lanes as well with the Rise because Saint is
outside of the pit here just a little bit. Inspired and Dokla looking for the opportunity to make some sort of a flank play. Dokla behind enemy lines, not seen yet. The Dragon down to 2,000 HP. Inspired going in, looking to spike this thing away, as now we've got a whole lot of damage into the back line. Sven's under pressure, but he stays alive for now. Inspired and Dokla backing away. Saint trying to draw some fire here on the left side of the fight, has to flash away. The Dragon still at about 5,000 health, as Lyon continuing to try to look for the Infernal Soul that created space, but C9's got the edge. Beautiful dredge line coming in from Vulcan. Knocks Inspired down into the Guardian Angel, but Blabber's gonna be careful now too. Inspired getting away from decimating smash as the culling flies out. Sven and Blabber both barely hanging on. Dokla going into the back line. Can't find the but Berserker goes over the wall. Berserker wants everybody, but he won't be able to find it here just yet. Blabber still hanging on just barely, but he stays alive. Inspired wants the Drake. A little bit more damage, right? Secure it. Infernal Soul over to Lyon. C9 still fighting, Snake getting himself away for now, firing right back. Blabber stays alive, 200 HP. Lyon, Isles, and Saint still looking for a little bit more, going after Thanatos.
That was so well.
Hold on, we're already back live. Blabber goes in, and Berserker's already immediately dead. That's 2 picks for free. Going over to the C9 side. Lyon trying to get something back. Blabber has already died. Dokla's into the back line. A massive flank coming in from Big Dokes. Sven falls down, and Inspired is not done yet. Vulcan and APA try to run, but Lyon's not done. Dokla needs a little bit more distance. Can't quite find it. He gets the slice. He gets Ruthless Predator. He gets Vulcan. Thanatos trying to return a little bit of something here. And together with APA, they have the damage. As soon as we're out of the
beginning of the fight. So let's see what it looks like here as Cloud9 getting vision around the Baron.
Yeah, Saint now going to be the victim of the C9 wombo combo. Seeker's arm guard buys him only a moment, but that moment ends in a shutdown with kill credit going over to APA. C9 starting up the Baron.
Yeah, they just start the Baron with Senna. You can stay so healthy on this, so Lyon will have to respond.
Okay, Lyon with the 4v5. Culling finding a ton of damage here to APA. Thanatos ready to charge in, unstoppable onslaught. Clone used from Inspired. Nice placement on that one. Guarantees no efficacy for the Scion. Dokla still on the backside of the pit. Lyon successfully stopping C9 from grabbing the Baron. APA goes ahead and takes a recall.
Yeah, he gets his recall off. I was wondering if there's going to be a more aggressive teleport back into it with the 4v5 still in place, but they're going to call it at that. He just is safe teleport back to the team, and they reset up. But now there's only 17 seconds left on this Rise, who will have Realm Warp, though no teleport to get there.
All right, the Rise 10 seconds away. Lyon still just trying to slow C9 down enough. Blabber continuing to DPS the Baron, but very slowly. Got it down to about 7,000 HP. Blabber going over the wall now here with the Paranoia, turning their attention over back onto Dokla. They're going to kill the enemy top laner. Dokla falls, but the Baron stays alive. Now,
keep Sven safe and still should be able to have a good setup for themselves. Not to mention the potency of these picks, like when they full send all
using the sweeper, checking to see if he can make his way forward.
Dokla
now ready to join back in the fight. He has the shield from the teleport, but he does not have Dominus still. Remember that. Lion still hanging around. Dragon still at 75% HP. Thanatos here on the front line, trying to get in the way of anything Lion tries to do. Elder Dragon down to about half health now. Inspired trading with Thanatos. Dokla seen on the left side of the fight as Saint drops the Realm Warp, but nobody's going to go in. Instead, Inspired in the middle of everybody here with the Cyclone, but a lot of damage arrives onto Saint. Oh no, he locks up Blabber as he goes over the wall. C9 trying to find their way to the injured Lion health bars. Blabber's about to die. It's Resurrection coming out for both junglers as APA falls. Berserker kiting back into the pit, but Thanatos is way too strong. Saint's going to be killed off here next. Dokla trying to go after Sven, nearly finds him, but he can't quite get it done. Vulcan doing a great job peeling. Thanatos is invincible.
The
They
dragon!
can't get through the Scion, but the dragon is about to die. The Elder Dragon goes over to Inspired as Dokla, Isles, and Inspired continue trying to fight. Thanatos wants his escape. He's a very tanky Scion, but where in the hell is he supposed to go?
He's going to have to wait for the ultimate and try to drive out of here if he can keep the space. It's up in 2 seconds. He'll be looking for that escape ulti and should be able to get it, but Inspired again gets the objective as they were able to focus down Blabber after his GA, kill him off before Saint and Berserker fell. So even though it feels like C9 are winning the fight, as soon as the Elder goes to Lion, it doesn't matter. You got to run.
Yeah, the Lion, the calls there were so good in the team fight. They used the Realm Warp to force pressure as we're going to see the Scion get chased down and the Elder Dragon.
Oh, Isles
As well.
I feel like Elder earns you whatever you want on the map, usually,
So
considering...
Baron is up then.
Yeah, Baron kind of falls under the everything umbrella.
C9 is counting on.
And that's exactly why APA committed the ult, like you're saying. Just nuke that wave, make sure that they can't force the fight right now. They're going to go ahead and try anyway as the Realm Warp arrives in. Doke's going into the back line. Inspired's taken low here at the very start, and Blabber already kills him off. Blabber trying to get away, stays alive, but Doke grabs the kill there with the Elder Dragon execute. Thanatos going to die now too. The brick wall has fallen as Lion break their way into the enemy base at the very end of the Elder Dragon timer. It is a 4v3 as Berserker and the rest of Lion try to charge forward. Berserker the healthiest here on the team. This Lucian very, very strong. Sven has a ton of range here on his Senna, trying to defend, but the first Nexus turret has already fallen. C9 still scrambling. Berserker down to 1/3 HP now. As Lion don't look like they'll be able to continue a whole lot further, but they are going to keep trying. Dokla still clearing out the minions on the side waves. Cozy Campfire here trying to keep Berserker healthy enough, and he's healthy enough, but just barely. Lion are forced back.
Yeah, they're going to be forced back here. Dokla just getting the dominance back now. If he had that a little bit earlier, if he had his flash, which is coming back up a little bit earlier, they probably could have closed out the game. But critically, Sven and APA do survive in that fight.
And that's what Dokla's been trying to do in every single one of these team fights. We always see the Renekton swooping around for the engage, but now immediately Inspired's onto APA. The Zig staying alive for now, trying to get himself away. Saint does damage into the back line now as well. Vulcan's already down. Dokla goes on a killing spree. Blabber's under pressure. Mega Inferno Bomb coming in from the right, but Berserker has already killed off Sven. C9 scrambles. C9 tries. C9 dies, and it's Lion applying fangs to throats as they find their team fight win. 42 minutes into the game, a clean 5-0 to end game one.
Game number one certainly delivering. C9 tried, but Lion are going to take it.
They'll march this one on to the Nexus. What a battle. 43 minutes on the clock as the Nexus finally falls. If this is any indication,
It's the Conqueror Black Cleaver.
No tanks to be found. So
0 tanks.
it's explosive when you have this kind of composition here. You have to be really careful. You talk about the Bard. Yeah, if you get caught by the Bard into Chains of Corruption, into the Gravity Well, all these tools from
Inspired is on that invade path again. He's wrapping around bottom lane.
And here comes Isles and Inspired together. Sven is the target, tries to flash away, escapes for now. First Darkened Dagger hits him. Inspired goes forward, and he finds the first blood.
He's got so much mobility. She doesn't miss the flash nearly as much. But Blabber's back up topside. The Jarvan coming from behind your own tower.
Yup, and he's already made his entry here, blocking off any escape for Dokla, who now just drops the equalizer to try to clear out the wave. And yeah, he's got nowhere to run except underneath the enemy turret. So the equalizer not even clearing out all of those minions, but it will make it harder for Thanatos to get this wave shoved up.
Yeah, he dropped the equalizer too early. I think he thought he was going to die faster, so he kind of panic dropped it, but it didn't actually connect on a lot of the wave. You can see the wave is still mostly gone, so it's not the end of the world, but I think he only got 2 CS with that equalizer, and usually you can kind of get all the small minions.
Yeah, one of the harpoons also just went straight through the middle. Objectives going to be eaten up here as well by Lion. So Inspired already got the dragon for them, of course, and so is going to follow it up with the newly buffed Grubs, which the way they went about buffing them, as Blabber clears that ward, and he's not going to finish them out because they did see Blabber, and bottom side should be an exchange. But the way that they buffed the Grubs,
whoa, hold on. Chains of Corruption. They find their way onto Vulcan, but
he has no
follow-up.
spells. Oh, get the tickets.
We'll see you there. It should be a fun time over in Arizona as Blabber is looking to get things spiced up here in the enemy jungle, invading over the wall through the Dragon Pit as Vulcan is forced to flash away. Saint looking to stop the exit here of C9 as Blabber tries to enter right back into the fight, goes for the Cataclysm. Saint's locked up, but Blabber's shot down. Tempered Fate comes in right after the fact too. Remember, Vulcan has already used his flash. Slowed down by the hail of arrows, but now Lyon's got to be careful. Sven has made his way into the fight. Inspired goes on a killing spree. The dog is hungry.
Inspired, he doesn't hesitate at all. He's like, wow, you just use your combo on my support, and I'll stunt him against the wall. Perfect chunk there. They get the flash out of the Jarvan. And then, yes, you can wait.
Yep, back in live. Thanatos already committed the ulti as APA tries to go for the dive underneath the turret. Dokla staying alive for now, but he is overheated. Tagged by the Weirding with a twofold Hex, also slowing him down. Lyon bringing in back up now. Thanatos slowed, but he is not caught up here in the binding. Thanatos escapes, goes between worlds. Berserker wants to get that shot, doesn't hit the piercing arrow as APA is stunned to the wall. He tried to use his teleport to get away, and now he's going to lose the summoner spell and his life as Saint shows up behind the turret just when Thanatos...
APA, then they deny a wave, and they get a plate, and they get the extra kill. So this was amazing here for Lyon.
Yeah, I mean, APA tried to go for the teleport because he saw Isles do the flash there to try and connect his Q, and Isles wasn't able to connect his Q onto Thanatos, but the cooldown came up in time.
Nice Dokla.
Worth? I'd say it was worth.
Yeah, I mean, Dokla was making a lot of time. And,
oh, hold on. Right back to live, right back to a fight. Isles goes ahead, launches the Tempered Fate, but he's the first one to die. Saint doesn't have the damage to finish the burst onto the Cloud9 mid laner. As Vulcan also chunked low, but he's not in any mortal danger. Blabber now guarantees that Saint can't follow any further, so trying to clear out the vision in the Tri-Brush as Inspired has already started up the Rift Herald. Blabber is in the neighborhood, but right now this objective is going all Lion's way, and it doesn't look like C9 can do anything about it.
now on Lyon as Dokla is about to be the recipient of some visitors.
Yep, he's going to drop the equalizer early, clear out the wave, flashes away from the combo from Blabber. Beautifully done there from Dokla to clear out the wave and guarantee that he stays safe. Meanwhile, back over in the mid lane, Lyon going for a play of their own. The Tempered Fate will not hit Sven, but the Herald has already been summoned. The mid lane turret is already condemned, and Lyon are up 2,500 gold.
Yeah, Sven has a lot of move speed, Ghostblade, and the Swifties to be able to avoid that. But back to the point you were talking about, Kobe, I mean, Inspired has been their kryptonite and has been Blabber's kryptonite. And really, ever since he came into the league, Blabber has not really been able to get back to that #1 jungle spot that he has been hunting for all time in best of fives. You know, this is not just game score, this is best of 5 score, 7-1. Even though Blabber stats-wise has been doing well in the games, and I think, you know, he's very competitive with
in this game. As Lyon tries to approach the pit, C9 have control for now.
And they're probably wondering, where is Thanatos right now? APA?
Yeah, APA already dropped the Tibbers, but he didn't find Inspired with the initial cast. The follow-up damage was decent, but Inspired now having to use Call of the Pack, looking to get himself away. They got a double shot! Coming in from Sven, puts him down. Now another one collides with Dokla. Lyon trying to retreat for now. Thanatos wants to go in, but he's burning, and Dokla cooks him. Blabber has to try to escape now, as the Hex Tech Ray finds him.
Most people in the community was that this was not a true 6-man thing, that Castle was just going to take the spot. But Dokla has been playing so well, and I think the biggest part of that is how he plays the map, how he team fights.
This time around, Isles with a magical journey through the wall to evade the deadly flourish, make sure he doesn't get poked down at the start of the fight. Thanatos pushing top side, but he does have the TP to join up with everybody else. APA marked on the backside of the Dragon Pit as Isles goes for the Tempered Fate, but nobody else is around. APA there, rescued by the McHales from Vulcan, making sure that he doesn't get bound up into the wall there by the Cosmic Binding. Thanatos now ready to teleport into the fight. He's going to arrive right on top of Dokla, who steps on the trap. Thanatos has the teleport shield, now regrouped with the rest of the team. APA has also reset the battle lines. Blabber's already lost 1/3 HP to a little bit of poke here as Berserker fires off more arrows. Isles is hanging out on the side, but remember that the Tempered Fate was already spent earlier for not much onto APA besides the McHales used from Vulcan. Now Lyon trying to contest here for the Drake yet again. First Dark and Dagger fires out in the Hextech Drake, secured by Blabber and C9 as Inspired's low HP, but it's APA who's lower. They knock down the enemy mid laner as Dokla goes for forward and looks to chase even further. Vulcan and Sven on the run as Satan Berserker are ready to try to follow. Thanatos goes between worlds, but now he's the one caught in the chains of corruption. Dokla grabs the kill. C9 heads for the hit.
Evens up the game. It doesn't really slam it home anymore for C9, and the question is, can you even get there? As APA way down in levels.
Yeah, Dokla drops the equalizer right on top of him, cooking him with the overheated flame spitter. A little bit more damage, barely even needed as the DOT gets it done. The Leandries guarantees the death as the tempered fate lands on Sven. No chance to mop one up with a curtain call, and that's Big Dokes living up to his name here in the bot lane.
It surely is. Just runs APA down. APA even used his proto belt before the ult was used. Now Saint under attack from Blabber. You can see the Aurora's coming, but fairly far away.
Yeah, Saint now has a teleport coming in to try to rescue him. He's already dropped the Arcane Storm, and yet again, it's Dokla. The cavalry arrives. Thanatos comes in to guarantee it's an even trade. He tries to bounce around back and forth, but the only place he's going is the fountain. Inspired's ready. Here for the Hound's pursuit. And yet again, the dog is eating good.
Feels like Lyon starting to run away with it.
What a series so far from Dokla. Game number 1, Azael, I know you were praising his Renekton positioning so well at the end of that game, having so much of an impact on a champion that normally falls off. And now here in game number 2, making huge plays both as an individual and as a teammate to set his squad up for the barrel.
Absolutely. He's been incredible. Gets counterpicked by Thanatos, gets attacked by Blabber, and is still having a ton of effect. And they 3,000 gold ahead of APA and 3 levels here.
Okay, Blabber and APA trying to make a move in the enemy jungle, but no, Inspired just auto-attacks it. Oh, and APA got knocked on the wrong side of the blast cone. Inspired should be knocked into Guardian Angel at least here. APA barely hanging on to life as Inspired will resurrect through the Guardian Angel. APA going for the teleport to escape. Just says, all right, Blabber, good luck, dude. I'll see you back home. I hope you get home safe. He's not getting home safe, I'm afraid. He's in some serious trouble right now as Inspired is coming back to finish what C9 started. Inspired took the blue, and now he'll take Blabber's life. A killing spree, 6-1-2 on the Nefiri.
And that type of play, you got to feel like the game is kind of over now, where APA and Blabber are hard to track down.
We'll get that one later.
That's one of the new objectives they added in 2026, the teleporting jungle camp. Man, C9 is in such a rough way now.
And it's so scary when you're thinking about, all right, Thanatos is really the only hope for C9, and Inspired is the same level.
Yeah, now Vulcan, nice Mikhail's timing there, guaranteeing that he gets himself out of the Cosmic Binding into the wall. He did sidestep the Tempered Fate as APA finds the Tibbers here on to 2. This could be a good pick. Isles tries to flash away, but no, Blabber has the dunk. Now Dokla flashes out of the edge of the curtain call, keeping himself alive for now. Berserker firing back. Berserker goes on a rampage. Dokla's still alive. Blabber has overextended, and Lyon is ready to punish him with a Hound's Pursuit reset. Thanatos wants to escape, tagged by the Hex Tech Ray, and he burns down to the Darkened Dagger bleed. As APA escapes over the wall, he will not be caught in the gravity field. Eviscerate from Inspired to chase through the terrain, as Lyon may just end game number 2 right here. It's only APA and Sven to stop them.
I mean, it's just been all about Inspired and Saint in this one. APA has not been able to get anything done, it feels like, on this Annie, and Lyon on the precipice of putting us on match point.
Lyon having a hell of a showing here in game number 2. You're talking about Inspired and Saint being so far ahead for so much of the game, and Dokla also just coming up in those clutch moments.
Those ganks and has been very, very effective. And Lyon just slowly grinding this one out. 11,000 gold lead here, C9. Even if they get the soul, that's not going to even the game up. It would maybe give them some small glimmer of hope, but I don't think Lyon's going to give you a 50-50.
Well, Blabber decides to full send it after Saint, who flashes out of the Cataclysm. C9 was ready to try to follow that, but the Summoner spell is more than enough to get Lyon's mid laner out of danger, and now as soon as Thanatos arrives...
The draft for the next game, it plays and stuff, you know, already reviewing it. This is that type of stage. I will, again, just because we have to.
Be a great sneaking mission, but we'll see.
Yeah, and it's at times like this, Flowers, when you are truly desperate that you gotta just send on some vision plays, you know, hope that you can catch somebody out. And unfortunately for him, he's also by himself.
Yeah.
So it would have to be like a flanking play where you pincer from your base as well.
2 levels down on the ADC.
Uh-oh.
He just got
We've been seen.
Yep, the dog sniffed
Alert,
him out.
alert, alert!
Oh, and he thinks he's getting away right into an Electro Harpoon. No, that's... He tried. That's
the
not all you
train.
can do from here.
It is.
That's the train. Yeah. Choo-choo.
It also is unfortunate for Cloud9 that they have beat Lyon in the regular season. They did it in lock-in, and they also did it at the beginning of spring.
Yep.
But again, in the playoffs, last time in lock-in finals, and now here, Lyon are getting the upper hand. Still, possibilities of reverse sweeps are now going to be the hope for Cloud9 as Lyon close in on game number 2.
Yup, Lyon already have that mid lane inhibitor down. They'll go ahead and clear out the bottom lane next as the top lane tier 3 turret falls, and Berserker is about to make this a 3-inhib game. Curtain call opens up from Sven, but you're shooting full HP targets. The 4th shot only managing to take Isles down to about half health. As C9 continues scrambling, now Blabber once again tries to engage with the Cataclysm, but the flashes from Lyon are always ready. Inspired pressuring the rest of the C9 squad back as the Nexus turrets are melted away. C9 forced back into the steps of the fountain. Blabber forced into the Guardian Angel here, and it's Lyon making their way to match point.
Game 1
as a counter pick into Xin, but they aren't going to actually lock it in. But it definitely still is something you need to keep in mind.
I want Malphite, man. Malphite goes so hard.
You got
here.
it.
Yeah, okay.
You got it. Insta-lock.
To me, I just feel like if you're not picking Malphite here, you are trolling. This pick is really good in the 1v1 against Jace. You can go Comet.
With the early Mountain being picked up by Blabber, and off the bottom lane going pretty smoothly for them as well.
Yep, double tiers stacking. Cloud9 going to be pretty happy. But you've also heard from Rainover. Rainover was saying he just wants for Berserker to get that advantage. And as we all know, with MF versus any sort of PokeChamp, your only real opportunity to get a lead on MF is early, because once she has BT, she doesn't really care about anything that you are doing.
Okay, top side though, already Glacial Prison committed from Dokla, and Inspired is here, but it's still first blood over to Thanatos. Dokla over.
1-for-0. But at the end of the day, I still think you're reasonably happy with that because all the gold went to Inspired.
And Inspired now also going to pick up all of the grubs. So that earlier Drake that was taken by C9, now answered by Lyon, grabbing an objective of their own as the bullet time going to bring Sven down to about 100 HP. The full channel! Good lord, man! Berserker
playing first strike, and those shot blasts are punishing.
I guess, too. Okay, as we watch the Dragon.
You know, got to keep an eye on this one. It doesn't look like Lyon want to fight for it. They're just kind of going to walk away. Blabber has enough control with his teammates nearby to guarantee C9 pick the second Drake.
So with the comms, I'm looking back.
Plus the first strike, Blabber trying to make sure that he can still potentially contest for this crab, although Lyon are stepping up to try to force C9 further back. Berserker does have the ultimate. Inspired lands another hit onto the C9 jungler. Blabber down to half HP. Isles goes in, jumps into the crash down, trying to keep everybody locked up, but Isles just walks into his own demise. They're going to give the kill over to Sven. Easy peasy there for C9. Nice accelerated shock blast coming in from Inspired. Thanatos walks over. Dokla's ready to TP. C9 full says it. Inspired's about to die. Beautiful kill coming in as C9 already find the enemy jungler. They're going to secure themselves the soul. Oh! It's a massive bullet time. Everybody is caught in the MF ulti, and Berserker guns them down. C9, it looked like they had it, but they just couldn't beat the combo. Remember what I said in draft? You hold him still, and misfortune blows him away.
It's Berserker's time now. He just mows him down, and after Cloud9 had
Trading the Petrifying Gaze as well, though. So that's a jungle pet.
Blabber's still in there, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah, but Dokla just walks up. He says, all right, Void Grub, kill the turret. The Void Grub isn't strong enough to kill the turret. Dokla walked up. He might just die. They're sending everything at him. C9 certainly going to take the kill on Dokla here. As meanwhile, over in the mid lane, it's Lyon grabbing the tier 1 turret and pushing towards tier 2.
I feel like they kind of rushed the kill, maybe because they're worried about this push mid, but I feel like if you delayed that more, it would be an easier secure on the Dragon. That being said, there's still going to be about 25 seconds after this Dragon spawns that Dokla will be dead. He will have teleport, though, to join, and they spent quite a few tools.
They have Malphite and Rakan ultimates ready, though, so the engage for C9 is here.
APA goes in, immediately followed up by Thanatos. They want to try to full commit on a Berserker, but they don't have the damage to kill him off. APA is going to die first instead. Thanatos staying alive for now. C9 looking to put a little bit more pressure on a Berserker. Blabber wants to dive underneath the turret, but he can't quite find it. C9!
Soul.
They wanted to send, they couldn't quite get what they wanted. They at least kill Inspired. So Blabber's the only one with Smite alive on the map.
Exactly. What they want is the soul, the dragon soul. They make their picks. They're trying to burn it down. The teleport is coming.
Berserker's got his lifesteal though, and he's stepping forward. Here comes Dokla. C9 looking to burn down the Drake. Glacial Prison comes in. Vulcan jumps into the back line. Berserker's going to be interrupted here in the bullet time. Dokla wants a little bit more. The Hex Soul has already been secured here by C9. Berserker getting himself away for now. Blabber likely to die. Blocked up by Dokla. Blabber just sends himself into Lyon's waiting arms, and now Sane has rejoined the fight. Isles doesn't have Magnet Storm, but he still has the rest of his lockdown. Sven providing covering fire, looking to get his support away. Thanatos gonna be your target now, as Dokla zones Sven off. Arctic Assault right back forward as Berserker grabs the kill over onto Thanatos.
Onto Sven while it's channeling there. He forces him a little bit back. We'll get back to live, though.
Yeah, we already got problems back live as Blabber's getting bursted low, but Inspired's the first to die. Sven with a true shot barrage takes him out. C9 still fighting, staying alive for now. A double kill.
This is it!
Lyon may have overcommitted. C9 grabbing a couple critical kills. Berserker's still alive, though. Thanatos locked up by Dokla. Still get a ton of damage here from the MF. Berserker still looking for the opportunity. Berserker just got 3!
4! He flashes over, he gets another one,
He wants the penta!
Can he get the penta?
APA trying to get himself out of here, but Berserker and Saint are on the hunt. Berserker wrapping around from the side. APA wants the escape. It's not gonna happen. Berserker continues after him. A little bit more damage is all he needs. APA running for his life. How much longer is it gonna be? Berserker waiting to get his strut back. Just needs one more shot. Oh no, the timer! Yes, is going slowly. Berserker, still no bullet time. About 20% of the cooldown remaining on that one. Thanatos stunned up here on the front line by Dokla. Inspired, trying to find those accelerated shock blasts. APA arrives back into the fight. Same with the flash away as Vulcan is immediately stopped on the engage. Berserker goes legendary. Isles and Dokla still frontlining here for the Lion side. Sven shifts back over the wall. Baron still DPSing C9. Blabber's dead again. A double kill for Berserker. A triple kill for Berserker. APA and Sven still alive, but the Baron belongs to Lyon.
Easy come, easy go, and the Baron does get smited by Inspired. They take it back, and it's a 9,500 gold lead.
I mean, C9 are just going for these crazy risky plays. Yeah, APA did have TP, but you're starting that 4v5 in the face of Lyon, who are all there, and they're getting shredded by the Baron the entire time. Hextech Soul or not, that was wildly risky. And Thanatos and Blabber are just tanking damage for free. They get knocked out, and Lyon's able to stroll in, take the Baron, easy peasy, 10,000.
Immediately taken away.
I mean, they were tanking the Baron for so long. Then when they turned for the engage, guess who's taking the Baron? Ezreal and Cass. They were just taking so much free damage.
Cloud9 going to try and play through bottom lane right now. Sven pushing the wave at the moment, but I don't think Lyon even care about that.
Oh, Dokla's going for the TP tech for the shield, so I think he must be trying to force an engage because he just TP'd beside himself. Now he has that fat TP shield to try to force a fight.
Exactly. They want to make sure that they can win this fight, take the Elder, and end the game right after it. Inspired, looking for those accelerated shock blasts, looking for the angle to find some poke before this starts. Blabber going to go ahead and start the aggro onto the Drake. Isles has his flash. Vulcan is all the way back at the enemy red buff, looking for the long con here to find the Lyon backline. Remember that Saint has no flash, already used it in the last fight. Elder Dragon going to go ahead, reset that patience. Vulcan, control ward over the wall. Inspired, walking back, wants to try to track this guy. Vulcan going to step forward into the brush here, goes in for Saint, finds the quickness immediately on the entrance. Saint's going to be taken low, but he does not die here just yet. Blabber with Thanatos looking to dive after the enemy mid lane, but APA is about to die now too. Shutdown credit over to Blabber, but Sven has fallen. C9's gambit failed, and Lyon wiped them off the rip. 5-for-1. Regular season means nothing if you can't step up when you need to. And once again, Lyon shows they've got what it takes to knock C9 down. They will clean sweep them here in the upper bracket finals. They will punch their ticket to MSI, and they will earn their spot in the finals to compete for the LCS Spring Split Championship next weekend.
And Berserker with a misfortune masterclass.